She's sugary, she's spice. She is everything plus nice. Take her one-on-one class and she provides the best advice. She'll take you down to the trenches, but only to lead a new way. Only for the sake of you and your legacy to establish a new day. Let's give a warm welcome to the Chief Reprimander and the Supreme Hugger, G. Smith.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Energy Show. I am your host, Chi Smith. Oh my goodness. We have made it yet to another Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for availing your time to this Tuesday night. Listen, we have a special edition on tonight. You guys know that we're currently in a series called the Dysfunctional Family Series. And what we know about dysfunctionality is it is the opposing side of what God's divine purpose is for family. So what we want to do is every week provide you guys with some knowledge. Those of you who tune in here every night, you know to grab your pen, your paper, because you're going to learn something. And we have understood that research shows that when you write things down, you remember them a lot longer. They stay with you. And also it operates as a purpose of reverting back to knowledge and information, right? So our brain can only has the capacity to consume only a certain amount of knowledge and information at that time. So writing it down means that you have the opportunity to go back and refresh your memory of what you learned as a reminder, right? So go get your pen, your paper, because there's going to be gems that's dropped on tonight. Listen, I have a special guest on tonight, y'all. I am like freaking, got butterflies in my stomach. Like I'm like cheesing from ear to ear because, again, tonight is a special edition. I'm going to go ahead and be honest. This is a pre-recorded series for you guys. Today is actually Father's Day. So let's give it up for the fathers. Yes, congratulations. Celebrating your fathers, honoring them, loving them, calling them, sending them emails, texting them, sending them some childhood reminders and memories from when you're on the back of your dad's Chevrolet truck, as I did, when I was younger, or any type of riding on their backs or helping out in the yard or, whatever, right? So I've got some wonderful memories with this special guest. It is actually my father, and I am thrilled and honored that he was able to avail himself on today because he is a busy guy. Okay, y'all think Chi Smith is busy. This man right here is a busy dude. He stays moving and shaking. Maybe that's where I get it from. But I am just so thrilled because he is a man full of knowledge, and it wouldn't be right if we didn't provide you guys with some background as to some family gems. You're going to learn some things about this wonderful man, and you're going to be inspired. You're going to be enriched. You're going to be encouraged. And so I want you to, if you can't even share this with your family, I don't care, share it to your family group pages on social media platforms. Send it to your fathers, okay? Men and women, send this to your fathers. Or just listen to it. It doesn't matter if you're a married woman, single woman, married man, single man. If you still have your parents here on this earth with you, or if not, this is really for the whole world. And as much as I give kudos to this great man, I want to, again, encourage you to give kudos to your father as well. We're not perfect. We're not perfect, but we can strive to be better each and every day. And it takes a process. And you guys know here at the Energy Show, we learn about ourselves first. And as we learn about ourselves and we master ourselves, that gives us the ability to help other people. And as they learn to master themselves, then they can help others. And it becomes a domino effect. And that's what we want this wonderful world to be, is a whole domino effect. But we have to heal. We have to heal. We have to choose healing, and we have to not be afraid of the process, right? All healing journeys are not the best or the prettiest, but I can promise you, anybody who understands what a diamond looks like before it gets to your jewelry store, okay, will still not discredit that diamond, even though it looks dirty and ugly coming about the ground. Listen, many of your foods, okay, those of you, whether you are vegans, whether you do a combination, whatever the case may be, herbivores, whatever you want to be called today, okay, knows that when certain foods, certain vegetables come from out of the ground, they are not the prettiest. It has to go through a process before it makes it to your local market, okay? And or before you purchase it off the back of Mr. So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so's truck on the side of the highway. Those of you, yes, who know about that country life, come on now, knows about getting your good old watermelons and peaches and stuff like that from Mr. Back of Mr. So-and-so's truck. So without further ado, let me introduce to you, and you guys, this will be audible. You won't be able to see his face one day. You will, and many of you have seen his face today on my Facebook page. So go to Chi Smith Facebook page and you will see this wonderful man that we are going to hear from on today. So, hey, Daddy.
Hey, babe. How are you today? How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is a pleasure to have you, and thank you again for availing yourself. I mean, this is phenomenal. We've been kind of talking about it for a little bit, and so what better way than to have this wonderful session with you for the audience to hear. So they see enough of me and hear enough of me, but we want to make sure they hear from you on today. So now, before we got started, you were telling me you were making you some tea, and I think that's funny because you know, I'm a wellness care coach, and we talk about wellness all the time. And I just got finished posting not too long ago about the importance of incorporating teas into your diet. And so here you are drinking green tea and ginger tea and all of that.
Right. Yeah. You know, I didn't. My main thing was that I had been drinking coffee for all them years, and I thought maybe that I'm not thinking, but that's who I was. I was a coffee man, but I've noticed that how I felt that the procedures take when you've done so much of a lot for a certain amount of years, I had to make a change because I felt some defects in all the years I had been drinking coffee. So I said, let me change over and go to tea. And tea has a way with the same thing. It actually don't it actually gives you an uplifting, but it doesn't have you where that you feel like that where you need it every day, all day. You can drink, you know, a lot of it every day.
Right.
So, you know, tea had a way of making me cut back, making a change.
Right. Right. Well, I love that. I love that. And we all have to make changes in our life. And, you know, you and I talk all the time about that. You know, people have to make changes, and it's hard to make those changes, but it's necessary. And
yeah, because I've had to give up some. So with that being said, and I'm not afraid to tell you, my daughter, that the withdrawals of drinking coffee, I had to go through some. So that was one of the things that I've had to go through, is I had a little bit of nervousness and a desire to have coffee like I was having it on time. You know, this thing was made where that it was just like anything else you do in life. It was a desire and something that you do every day, like you eat on time, you eat breakfast, you eat lunch, you eat dinner. And so that coffee was just like me waking up. You know what kind of hours I work? I work from 9 at night to 6 in the morning. So when I get up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I got to have a cup of coffee.
mm-hmm.
So I had to. It been going on for many years, and then here come the change. The desire to change was something that actually made me change. With having to say, at my age, it was causing me to be penalized on one thing: health.
Ooh.
And that was being constipated. So coffee, that much coffee, the way I was drinking it, that the overload and the desire caused me to drink more and make it more where that it was a little stiffer than where I started out 25 years ago. So I had been drinking something like 4 or 5 cups in one cup.
Oh wow.
That was the strong, that was the strength of it. So in other words, what I'm saying is that it cost me to quit. It's cost something every time you get ready to start something in your life. It costs you something. It's a choice with what you make in life. It costs. So identifying the real truth, I done got to know that God is good, because without Him, I wouldn't have done it, because of the years that I had been drinking, coffee,
Right.
and being able to adapt to the world, things that I want changed in my life, like God, and I know He's able to do any and everything.
Right.
But it's a desire to work with it and put it in perspective, and notice that you have to walk that and keep your focus with the changes that you want done in life.
Daddy, why do you feel that people struggle with change? Because people, my audience is listening to you today, and they're like, oh, well, he old man, he done lived a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Some of us older guys, and coming from that direction, is that giving up some things to change. Is being able to want to change, but going to the fullness of the effects to change is being able to find something that got you into whatever you got in that you lost, or something that you hadn't quite gotten over with down through the years with a person, or with finance, or with anything that actually that you want change, and that you feel like, well, I went to God and it ain't happening. Well, you got to work with God. You got to put some work in with God, because God is there. And so with me having to be where I am at with the changes with the life that I was living, is I honor God. And I've had to realize that the things that I was going through, that I had to give up some things to get to this point in my life, because a lot of things that you offset yourself for something that you know that you won't change, but you don't take it to the full through the full emotions.
Right.
I noticed that through the years that I haven't been faithful, and being faithful to God is taking God on. Saying, okay, God, I haven't been on my last. I can't get an answer. I'm gonna try you. And then you get to the point where that you see God coming into your life, and that be Him working your life.